I forgot about this beautiful crosshair.
You're welcome. It's great early though. In this situation, I'm fine. I'm more or less, instead of really critiquing, I'm more explaining another option. So I'm not against what you did by turning around and coming back here. Just think though, sometimes it might not have been a bad option just to come from behind. Also, while they are aware that you are here, it's still not a bad option for you to continue to try to look at this BAP and make him look at you, or at least try to force him to keep moving around. Because either that'll give your teammates an opportunity to see him, or something similar to that. So yeah, nothing really wrong with what you did. Just be aware of your other option or possibilities.
I really thought I could have gotten the sig there, but I did not.
Did you communicate this flank or this rotation?
Yeah, I was calling that I was gonna go over there, and Ryan said try to bait them, try to bait them. I just was a little bit too far up and I got picked. And I mean, I baited them like everyone wanted me to, but yeah, I went a little bit too far.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really need to even step up past here, especially if you're just doing it for information, because you could.
Well, I was just trying to bait them here. That's why.
Yeah,
Because
but
Ryan kept saying bait them.
even still, you could still look to bait from just playing all the way back here. Again, you don't have the damage fall off, and you're more or less, the best way to bait is to make them know you're there, and that's just by spamming shurikens. You don't need to be looking to do damage. You don't need to be looking to do anything except for making your presence known. And extending a little bit too far could get yourself picked off. While it makes you an easier bait, we don't want that bait to normally get killed.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not like we're not baiting Josh, we're baiting you, someone that has the ability to get out in and out of situations. So we could look to not necessarily need to kill you off in that situation. As well as in this scenario, don't be afraid to call for Lucio. If you're going to try to play some flank, a little bit of a deep flank like this, don't be afraid to take Lucio. Lucio's not really doing much on point right now because there's no one to really move. He's a movement character. You're the only one really moving, and especially if we're going to plan for a bait, don't be afraid to take that Lucio with you if you want to do some kind of a risky flank like this.
Okay.
I don't think you need to turn around there. I think that's actually what cost you.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
doubled back.
In general.
Yeah.
That was good. Just be a little cautious again, because a lot of the times, you've always done this. Is just whenever you go in for a fight, remember where you're standing. You're a little bit cautious of it. I can see in some scenarios as to where you're trying to dash, but just be a little cautious. Like yes, you could do damage here, but if you can also do damage here, it's just better understanding that you don't always need to be in the open to be doing things.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Remember the startup frames. Remember the startup frames.
Yeah, I know.
If you're gonna do it, you gotta either build past those startup frames by dashing up or making a little bit, waiting for Ryan to go in first. Something.
Well,
Like
that was for we had a call that Lucio had beat, so that was supposed to bait out beat,
Lucio does
but
not
apparently
have
Lucio
beat.
does not have beat. Yeah.
even still, if you want to bait out B, you don't want to just be the easiest one to pick in that fight. You want to try to
Yeah.
prolong yourself, because if they're just going to do that, they would have had no need to beat with that fight anyways.
Yeah, true.
Don't be afraid to change positions too, because you've spent a lot of time in this area. Like half of them have already seen that you're here. Why not?
Mhm.
You could use dash to mid position or mid fight reset your positioning by maybe even just coming back here. Now you're not in this general area where your team is. Now you're behind them in some way. Either they need to turn around and look at you, and that forces yeah, they'll turn around and look at you, and now your team has a little bit more less to deal with, or they don't, and now they have to. Now you have a free for all. So don't be afraid to reposition yourself mid fight. Just do it smart. Don't just like reposition yourself to an open area. That's why I was saying like if you were playing here or when you were playing here, dash and like come over to here and like jiggle peek this corner, play this corner, and just reposition yourself. Make your area a little bit or where you're playing less predictable. Because as you know, we've dealt with flankers that change positions a lot, and those people normally have pretty they normally do pretty well against teams because they can't the other team is struggling to keep track of where this person is. Make yourself not easy to track.
Okay. Yeah, I was just scared that we were gonna be down one if I went over there. That
Yeah,
like the bat
that,
would
that
drop.
that comes in with confidence in your ability though, a little bit.
Yeah.
Because if you think let's just go back to when it did happen. Here should be good. This is fine. This is fine. But even right there, you could have dashed. Now, boom, you're on the Lucio and the BAP. Worst case, they both look at you. You still have deflect. Now you have BAP looking at you. Now they're not getting. The other team isn't getting healing. Ryan can be aggressive. Josh can be aggressive. Well, the rest of them could be aggressive because they don't have any support. Because now you're on that support line. Even if you end up sacrificing your life for this BAP pressure, if your team's able to get like this Tracer, Genji, or even the cat or even the Sigma off it, that's value.
I mean, I think the call was the tracer there though,
Okay.
and then the Genji. Josh was saying the Genji was after him, so I kind of turned around to look at him.
Hmm. But there's no harm. Think about it like this. Yes, Genji may be on Josh, but if that Genji can't get any support, but Josh can, like if Gabby can look at Josh, but their BAP can't look at their Genji, there's going to be a little bit of a difference in that in who wins that fight, and that should be
Yeah,
Josh winning that fight.
hopefully.
Yeah. Overall, though, the flank play is much better, and I could see that you're seeing more success in those fights too.
Yeah, I mean the map felt good, but at the same time it was like it felt so good that it was like, why did the overall just scheme just not work?
Mm. In those slower fights, like pretty much all that we just watched, where you're struggling to find that value, I like
Mhm.
that you're kind of throwing shurikens, but maybe we try to close the distance. In some of these situations, while it's not best to play with Ryan, maybe there's nothing wrong with trying to play with Ryan here and just having him push back because they're extended right now. This is going to be a little bit harder for them to hold. And if anything, we need to make a little bit more of a clear plan as to what we want to do. And in this case, it's just we need to push them back to point. Push them back to point. I like that you took this little flank, but we're still playing very far, and then we continue to play far when you're a close range character. We need to close the distance somehow, and we had a lot of opportunities to do so. Like even after right here, we could start moving forward. Because especially off that BAP pick, you could be stepping up right now. Because now they're especially down. No one over here can really easily fight you. And Ryan, Gabby, Lucio, and Josh are all going to be in really fast. Because we're just those kinds of characters. So why
Rip
not?
Kelly. Kelly didn't even get a name drop.
That's Kelly? I thought that
Yeah,
was
it's Kelly.
Oh, okay. But yeah. Try to figure out when you need to be closing that distance, and especially when you're up, you can be closing that distance. Because Ryan's in right now. I guarantee, no doubt that he's calling this. So
Yeah, he probably did.
yeah, so be in with him. Be ready to be in with him, especially if we're up. Right, you need to know. Okay, my tank's definitely going to be aggressive here. You've played with him
But
for
then again, I
a
feel
year
like we
now.
don't really have a support angle to the point where like that is a good move to be in. Like Ryan is like not in any support. Like
He's
you.
not, but we have the speed, and it also would have been better if you were in with him, because then maybe Gabby would have seen, okay, we're fighting this.
Yeah.
Which isn't entirely on you. Uh, I I can probably assume that Ryan called it as he was doing it and not before he did it. So that's also probably partly a factor into why you're not in with this.
I think it was also because I made the call that I was going to take the long rotate,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just an over aggression thing.
Yeah. Well, just things can change quickly in this game. Like once we got that bat pick, the long rotate was no longer even necessary because we don't
Okay.
need anyone on that flank. You could just go
Yeah.
into the fight and get ready. Really love shooting your deflect.
Huh?
They love shooting your deflect.
Yeah, they do.
Only real thing I could say there is when backing up, don't just back up to back up. Back up to cover. Know your map. Like, you didn't need to just
Okay.
back up, because yes, you're going to get further away, but that doesn't mean much when he has a fucking gun.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, just come here instead.
So yeah, just play cover if I'm
Yeah,
backing up.
understand what your disengage option is and where you should always be backing up to if you ever need to. And disengage will almost always be to some form of cover. That was better. Again, like I said, probably coordinate that a little bit more with Ryan. Because you got through the startup frames, but you were the only thing that they could really look at because everyone else is pressured. If you want to blade here, communicate that with Ryan, and just say, even though they have or even through window, Ryan could just come up and around and jump right over here. Now Ryan's in, and he could just big disrupt while you get those startup frames out, and now you're in. While we may
Okay.
lose one of you in the battle, we should end up winning that fight because we should either get good damage off with him or we should get good damage off with you. One of the two of you should end up doing something of value, but that's not going to happen because we're fighting our own fights instead of fighting
Yeah.
as a team. Which again comes with the clarity of that plan and what we want to do. Because yes, we could say we want to blade, but what do we want to do with that blade? Do you need Ryan to go in for you so that you can get that blade, get the blade off? Do you need B off so that that blade can be stronger? What would maximize the effectivity of that blade?
Yeah.
Or if we're gonna blade to get out Lucio, then great. Just blade to get out Lucio, but don't be stupid about it. And like that first time, just
Yeah, I know.
make sure that we're actually forcing out the Lucio. Yeah. What the fuck is this?
It was a very unfortunate. I saw him very weak. And then I was also told that I had a teammate that was coming, and then the teammate got weak and ran.
This is horribly not teamed up. Ryan,
Yeah.
everyone's doing their own thing. Yeah, you were just in unnecessarily, which it seems like, based off what you just said, is another miscommunication on everyone's part.
I mean, that's kind of what's been happening a lot.
Yeah. Not much you could have done. You had to play for touch. I like these are fast though. In between.
Yeah. I think we definitely had a lot better communication on this one,
Okay.
which is what I've kind of been realizing with this map.
This is first map of the scrim though, I can see.
Yeah. I fucked up my dash.
You fucked up your aim too.
Yeah. Well, that's a work in
What are we doing?
progress.
Why? You don't even need to be doing that.
We're just no. Whoa. I was being told we were speeding onto Sigma.
Doesn't mean feed him health.
Well, yeah, but that's just part of the process, you know.
No, it's no process. Don't feed Sigma. Much like I'd say, don't feed Zarya. Don't feed fucking anyone that has anything to do with if you shoot them, they
Zarya's
get
so
better.
hard not to feed. She has literally a
She is actively
bubblegum
easier.
bubble.
No, she is super easy. It's called trigger discipline, buddy.
He was hard. Yeah, well, I don't like trigger discipline. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep, there you go. I like this. Good angle.
Nice aim.
Yeah.
It worked though. Did my job.
Eventually. Did lose Ryan in the process though.
Well, I
Partly
feel like
because
we
of that
lost
aim.
Ryan in that process. No, we lost him in the process anyway. There were like 3 people in there.
Oh.
No, he's already dead before.
Oh,
He's already
I
dead
thought
before.
Lucio was Ryan for a second. Then a little bit of a disconnect between you and Ryan here. Is he? It'd be great if he
I
was
don't
here,
even know.
to be honest. Is he Are we going?
No,
Has he
I don't think
reverted
anybody here
back
knows.
to? Is he saying what he wants to do before doing it, or is he doing it as he's doing it?
He's doing it as he's doing it.
Okay.
That's why it's kind of a disconnect.
Yeah.
But then he'll like yell and say he's not, but he is. You can listen to it in scripts today.
I'll be late again. I have to go gym.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's a great double, but though. Good pressure.
It's like he just wanted the ones. Dang, Genji, I was not ready for it.
Did we just
That was just me not
see it?
recognizing. Right? Yeah, I didn't see it. I was too tunnel vision on whoever the fuck I was looking at. Speaking of it now, I still don't even see it. Oh, now I do. Oh, it's because the Moira beam is right there. There's too much going on the screen. I didn't even see it.
Yeah, and if there is a lot going on, best case is just don't be in the open. If you're
Yeah.
hearing a lot of ults and you aren't able to get to the fight, try to find that flank that would get you to the open. Especially if there are ults like Lucio, I'm more or less, if it's more enemy ults, just try to play more safe, especially if you can't get to that fight right away, like here, because even with dash, you wouldn't have been in that fight right away.
Yeah.
Just try to play a little bit more safe until either you hear some of these ults come down, see what happens with the team, because sometimes tracers find themselves okay, the enemy's popped a lot of ults here. I'm better off probably just killing myself instead of giving them a little bit more ult charge. Not that you gave him ult charge in the first place because you died to an ult, but
Yeah.
same concept. And just kind of think about how this fight might end up going. And we see 3 ults used on their side. I don't even think that we need to use any ults in that case because we're at 99. If my best way of wording this probably the best way you guys probably could have taken this is say they definitely have ults here. Let's just let them ult because that's what they're gonna need to do because they're gonna be they're gonna lose the point if they don't. So let them ult here, and then next fight after we lose that, we go in with what we need with our ults while we're positive in ults because we also had 5 ults, but we're up on point. So we why give up point and an ult advantage at the same time? Keep the ult advantage and give up point, and then just take it back with that ult advantage next fight, and win the point as well because you have that ult advantage.
I mean, we popped 3 ults that fight too, though, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We didn't need to pop any ults because,
Yeah.
and this is more a call that I'm making. It would be better for the team to hear this, but for tonight, whichever team I put you on, it's not a bad thing. Like if you guys are at 9, if you guys have such a great lead like this, don't be afraid to just say, let's dry fight this and take them next fight with our ults because they're not going to have any because they need to use ults here. Or they're definitely going to be using ults here. Because there are things that we could expect them. There are times that we could definitely see them using ults, and that's when we're in situations like 99-0 and they need to win that fight.
Oh yeah, there's a part that you should just skip in this.
Too bad.
I had an Abby Ryan moment
Oh, fun.
right here, actually.
Bruh.
I thought I could climb that shit. Why can you not climb that?
Why are you even trying to climb it?
Because I was trying to get around the thing. Rather do it now than in an important match.
I guess. That was better. That was a better blade. Let's see exactly what happens here.
I just kind of ran down Baptiste's throat.
Yeah.
Or whoever that was.
Yeah, they just kept with the kite. It ended up working out because you gave our team a lot of space, so that was honestly a good blade. From watching that from third person. While it wasn't intentionally done, it's done. It ended up working out. Because there is a call, you can make the call of pushing them back with blade. Because sometimes they will they can just get pushed back with blade. Or they're, like they were low on ults there, so they couldn't really do much. So all they could do was back up, or else die to blade. So.
Their Genji definitely made some interesting plays.
Okay. And you wanted to look at Eich, right?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Ike, I just didn't find any value at all. I kept trying to call like take castle, take castle, take castle, but we just never took castle. I don't know what happened.
Just be a little cautious, especially don't tunnel. Don't tunnel just for a kill. Always be aware of where you're positioning yourself, because right here, Sigma with a good rock and you're dead when you were standing here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not against you chasing that tracer kill. Just be aware of how you're chasing that kill. Like what you just did with climbing up here. This is safe. This isn't.
Yeah.
called this tracer, right?
No, Lucio called, and Lucio called for
Okay.
me to help him.
Yeah, as long as someone called.
But I personally, I don't think it was a great move in the end because it took so long.
Oh yeah, no, we don't need to full lock the tracer. I like what you're doing right now, just having someone watch point. And in some cases, honestly, if we just want Lucio to watch point, not even full watch point, just more or less sit here and peek from behind, quickly get back to point. That's kind of more how you'd handle this. Because if he's gonna play all the way back
I
here,
think
he's
he
gonna get no
called me
value.
for help though because he was losing.
Mm.
So then I
Yeah,
went
but
back.
Lucio doesn't even need to be up here because what's this tracer doing? This tracer's actually doing something by pulling Lucio back, but
Yeah,
she could be doing nothing if we just held our positions. If Tracer was on point, that'd be a different story, but she's not. She's so deep. In this case, I'd say sorry, Lucio, you're way out of position. We don't need to waste you here. Yeah, see, because now their team's able to take a bit of space because we only have 3 people holding against a 4v3 now.
yeah. It was a very unfortunate reload. That left me out in the open because I dashed.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just trying to scramble back to getting into proper positioning because of the Tracer chase. We lost that purely because we chased the Tracer. That was a little aggressive.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. What's going on right now? Talk to me. What are you thinking? And
They called that they wanted to go height, and I realized that I was not able to get to height after I already jumped down.
okay.
I mean, like I could have recalled, but I didn't know if that was really the move.
Yeah.
And
First
then
off,
right after that, they what
yeah.
happened?
First off, that recall initially, just that little poke, completely unnecessary. Don't even need to waste recall on something like that. Just don't do it in the
Well, I
first
figured it's
place.
because I would get recalled back by the time that I would need it again.
Yeah, but it's such a like high. It's a pretty long cooldown, so it's fairly risky to even just throw out wildly. So in the
Yeah,
best case, because you don't even do anything by doing that chip anyways, because they're just gonna be healed by the time anything happens on them.
yeah. And then with the Ana situation, they told me that we were rushing Ana. I guess we weren't rushing Ana. That was the call by the Lucio, and so I thought the Lucio was with me, and he just was not.
Okay,
And
so
I rushed Ana and died.
they said they're taking height for the start of that fight.
Ryan said he was taking height. Lucio said
Oh,
he was
right
gonna
here,
look at
right here,
Ana,
right here. He's taking height. Okay.
and then Lucio said he's gonna look at that he wants to rush Ana, and then I guess he
So
never
I'm
rushed
just trying to
Ana.
figure out what Ryan's doing, like why there's the disconnect right now because you're all the way up top and he's looking at point. What was the plan
That I
here,
don't.
right? No
There
plan?
was no plan.
Okay.
No.
Because this is where we need to have that plan already
My
established
plan was
because,
to just kick them off of height. That was my goal.
and that's fine.
I
That's
I don't know what
fine.
everyone else was doing.
But that needs to be coordinated with the team. While I'm not against you taking people off height, I'd like if the team understood, okay, this is what my tracer's doing, so I'm gonna be ready for with their current positioning, I'm gonna be
Well,
ready
I
for them to
voiced
drop.
that I was kicking them off of height. Like they know that I'm trying to get them out of height.
Okay.
I did say that, but I got tucked over a lot.
Okay. Was this mainly Ryan?
Well, he's really the only one that really talks. So
Okay. Yeah.
I just shouldn't have dropped right there.
Yeah. I don't think there was a yeah, you don't need to be in the castle at all. We could have continued to hold the high ground in the first place until we see an opportunity because it's always better to hold if they're not up here and you're up here, that's fine. That's bad positioning on them, especially if Ryan's not in, or not even just Ryan. If the team's not in a fight and there's no one on high ground and you're no one on the enemy's on high ground, that's good positioning for you because now you have good LOS and honestly good positioning to set up for pretty much any dive on second point outside of maybe that bridge part. So you really
Yeah.
just need to wait for Ryan to communicate, okay, I'm ready to go in, or as he's going in, go in with him. That's about all you
I
really
felt
need
like
to do.
going up top was kind of useless though, wasn't it? Like we just dropped right back down as soon as we went up.
It's more for it's if they're playing up here, the best part about this is that playing castle gives you opportunities, like I just said, to go pretty much anywhere on the map. Because you have, for the entirety of the first half, a second point, you could pretty much drop anywhere and you could be in the cart's way and disrupt. So Ryan playing up here originally would allow them to see, okay, we can't take that high ground, we can't control this castle, but they're going to be able to stop us at any point. So just being aware of that, like let's say they're here, now Hog drops. So now we have a little bit of an advantage because they don't know when we're going to drop until we actually do drop. So when we can decide when to start the fight from castle. They can't really decide. They can, and if they want to decide to start the fight, they are either going to need flyers, or they're going to need, or that we're going to be able to see them wanting to start the fight by them moving into castle. So that's the benefit of playing castle on defense.
Okay.
Also, yeah,
Wait,
and
what'd you
again,
say?
it gives us that oversight. Again, Josh, I'd like to be in position on castle, because he would have a good LOS of this lane, wherever. Josh would be great on height because of that extra bonus. As well as look at it, most, not most, two of them can't get up to height easily. That Lucio and that the Ana and that Tracer will struggle to get up at the height. And if the Diva decides to go up there, the Echo decides to go up there, that Ana won't be able to be there with them, giving you an opportunity, giving Ryan, anyone, an opportunity to take down that Ana, who is now split from the team or delayed in some way if they decide to take castle using their abilities.
So yeah, so I always knew that like playing castle was always the best move on second point.
Hmm.
But I think a lot of the time the problem is that I've seen at least with Iona is that like it's the urge to like drop. Like they all like everyone drops. Like, it happened like
The
last year
the
too.
entire team is impatient, including you. You're
But
all
yeah, I
so
know.
impatient to take. You all want to be in a fight when when we need to understand that we don't always need to be in a fight to be providing value or getting ready or setting up for anything. Because it
Yeah,
even
but I was gonna say
happens.
like it gets a problem because like everybody always drops, which therefore like makes it really difficult because then it's like, do I drop? Because like I kind of feel like I have to drop if everyone else is dropping.
Hmm. Did you communicate that Tracer's somewhere in our backline?
Yeah, that's why Josh was standing there, and then I was like, why is Josh just standing there? And then I went over to just in case she dropped on him.
Okay, I was just making sure. See? Even right there, you played height well. While this could have been a little better if we communicated with Ryan that we want to drop, but you're still get a great stick here. Because see, now you have the surprise aspect of playing height, because you can drop from here, you can drop from where Ryan is, you could drop from here, and now you're behind. Hell, you could even drop from here, go under, and go over through here. You get more options with playing the castle to sneak up and flank around the enemies.
Yeah, Ryan goes, be my tank, be my tank. I was like, what the fuck do you want me to do? That was just a stall.
Yeah.
I was having PC problems.
Yeah. Everything for this diva. Jeez.
Yeah.
One thing that I will say though is that they did pretty decent with keeping that diva up because we had too much trying to fight this diva. See how we sent everyone or almost everyone to the small room? It gave them so much card space. Because of that, we can't
Yeah.
forget about the objective. No matter what, we can't forget about the objective in game. Because sure, we want to kill that diva, but if they push cart all the way just for a diva kill, that's got us. That means nothing to us. Congratulations, guys. You killed one diva, but we lost the map.
That should be like an award at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Best diva killer for the medal.
Oh, leg spikes.
It's very unfortunate pulse. I thought it was gonna be the most juicy pulse of my career, but it wasn't.
It's a good follow-up. I think you're a little late to this fight, though, overall. I know Nuke seems to... Oh, how are we dying to Nuke? Nuke initially.
Especially as a Roadhog, I feel like that's the easiest person to not die to the nuke.
Yeah. You're a little late to this fight, but it's unfortunate because we lost our tank to it. Lost our tank to bomb. Again, I think it.
We also had pulse, or we also had a pause in the middle of that, which was also kind of like a weird disconnect. Because we all know how the team gets whenever there's a pause.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a decently long pause.
Okay.
I was a top tier staller, by the way. I need to win that award.
This is good, yeah. But once Ryan's on point, be aware, you don't need to be on point anymore.
That was just because my supports were in the back, so I was trying to stay close to them because I wasn't really receiving much healing in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to stay close to the Moira.
Which is fair.
Like maybe the Moira would accidentally hit Ryan and miss Ryan to hit me, baby.
But again, be aware of health packs. There's one right here.
Yeah, but that's kind of like a weird health.
It's
but like
weird,
then I'm kind of used to this.
If Ryan's on point, you could just go right here, and now you still have a clear oversight of point. And hell, you could even pressure this guy back. You're gonna do decent damage at this range.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't always rely on supports.
What the fuck?
Yeah. You don't always need to rely on supports to keep yourself up. Especially, that's why health pack locations are very important to know. Especially as a flanker, because you're not always going to be with the team. So you're going to need to know.
Me and Josh were very coordinated on that soldier kill.
Great.
Keep in mind that Tracer just killed herself.
Yeah. Again, we don't need to be on point. There's so much on point that you don't need to be here. You could be, if you really wanted to, take this flank. If you really wanted to, come over here, play this angle, play some kind of off angle. Make them not just need to look at point. Like this soldier right now could literally just spray at point and he could get like 3 kills if he was good. But if you were over here, or if you were on this flank or somewhere else, because people are on point, you don't need to be on point. Now he needs to make a decision. Do I look at this tracer, get this tracer off me? Or even here, do I look at this tracer to pressure her off this off angle? Or off this surprise angle for some of my teammates if they try to take point? Or do I look at point?
We ended up stalling somehow. I don't know how, but we did. And then this is when Jared told us about how steamrolled they were getting. This was a very eventful call.
Fun. One thing I can say is that as a team, you guys can't forget your teammates. Like, yes, great, you and Ryan made it to point. But there's more than just you and Ryan on the team. You guys need to be able to support your teammates, because right here...
Hasn't that mentality always been how it is with me and Ryan?
Not when we're playing fucking Roadhog. We're not on dive right now. We're on fucking Roadhog. We need to be helping our teammates get places. Especially, look here, like Josh and Gabby are doing their own thing. Sure, we lost Kelly.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about their positioning real quick. What is this?
No,
what is this?
This is horrible. I'm not saying anything, but they're not here. This is for you to understand. Don't forget about your teammates when pushing fights. Because right here, instead of going point, go here, help Josh. Best case, you pick off this cast with him, or you get this cast while he's still alive, and then you could wait on, or and then you guys, you and Ryan should be able to handle Sigma pretty easily. Instead, now you had to deal with Tracer, who was coming back from spawn. Versus now that Cass is finally dead.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, you're payload princess right now. While the rest of the team should be trying to take castle, you need to be sitting on this payload. Even if you don't need to be looking to take castle at all. You're looking to take skirmishes with this tracer and move this payload. Now that we have.
Now, does that change with character choice or like?
Yes, I'd say yes, because if you're Genji, you could take castle easier than other characters. I'd say probably put Josh on castle then. I mean on point instead, or your Lucio, one of the two, depending on what they're playing. If we need that speed. But yeah, Tracer. The reason we put Tracer on cart is because she can get in and out easily, and on a lot of these cart maps, there's a lot of verticality, so she kind of can't exactly be with the fight easily. So she's better off just playing cart, and if they try to stall us, then we have someone on cart watching, as well as we have information on what's going on cart because we have Tracer on cart. Without sacrificing a player, because if we put like someone like a Cass on cart instead, they might die if they try to take cart from us versus Tracer, who can just dip.
Yeah.
Really just should have been looking to disengage. It looks like you were trying to do that, but...
I tried to do it too late.
Yeah.
I don't really know what my Echo pick was here. I'm not really good with Echo.
Echo's fine. Echo works.
Yeah, but I'm
really
not
well
good with Echo. That's the problem.
It's a scrim.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But it's like Riot switched to Doomfist as I switched to Echo. I was like, what is happening?
It works. Echo's the most flexible character in the game. Just again, you guys could still look to coordinate targets. If anything, we might.
I think our support didn't really like us this game, though. I think me and Ryan are like they hate us.
That's very possible.
I just completely missed the health kit. It was very tragic.
It's fine. You pulled that Tracer all the way to their back line. I mean, away from the fight. If this Tracer wants to chase you, let her chase you. Because that's going to pull her away from the fight, and then you just need to have faith in your team to win the 4v4.
Your favorite payload princess.
Exactly. Now, this is good. I don't want Josh here, though. Josh doesn't need to be here.
Josh is just living his best life.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck I made it out of that alive, to be honest, but I did. That was just very tragic.
Yeah. Maybe a little aggressive. Like, yeah, honestly.
I was trying to play health kit, and then I just kind of got fucked because I didn't realize that Ana was still coming back.
Yeah, recognize Ana can kill you. Ana, while yes, she's diveable, you need to know that she doesn't have util, especially that anti. Because like here, instead of like pushing to fight this Ana, knowing that she's coming out of spawn and has full util, where it could be a little risky, why not just help the team clear this Cass? Look at this Cass with them. Yeah, look at the Cass, and if this Ana does continue to try to push up on you, sure. Then let her push up to an LOS where your teammates can help you. Don't try to take her in a fight where it's a guaranteed one-on-one. Let her push up to like here, where now you can maybe get Ryan, maybe you can get Gabby or the Lucio to help you out with that fight.
Okay.
As long as you're communicating that, Ana. Not saying that you didn't, but...
No, I don't even think I did, to be honest.
Yeah, just communicate that that's Ana. If you can get support on that Ana, especially because she's walking out of spawn, and we saw that like 3 of them are all the way on the other side of the bridge. Their team's not helping get that Ana out. So we get that Ana out of the fight again early. Great. Now we turn around. We should be able to clear their main, so their Lucio only healing team quite easily. I was struggling here. There we go.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, I don't really know what the thought process was there.
Yeah, we
I
hear
could have just
noon.
stayed where I
We don't
was,
have deflect, and then we just decide to go peek main.
just to run into the middle,
Yeah.
yeah. That was so sad when I did not get the diva out of mech. She was like, what HP?
One way we could also tell if D.Va has nuke is they play. A lot of the divas will play fairly similar to a Reaper when he has ult. They're just gonna play more aggressive. They're gonna stay in fights. They're gonna look to play much less passive than they normally would, because they have that safety net of an ult, especially a D.Va, because she can just get her well, she could basically full health herself while clearing the area around her pretty easily. So if a D.Va is going to look to, if we didn't already communicate that ult's out, one way that we could tell if she does have ult is if based on how her playstyle, if her playstyle adjusts to a little bit more of an aggressive one. Like there, I think we probably could have told, okay, D.Va's definitely going to nuke here, because why would she step up this far, especially if her team's playing so far back.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Okay, nothing really at the end there. Okay, so what are you focusing on tonight? What would you like to do?
Watching where I peak. Well, like I picked up a lot of pretty important things, but depending on like it depends on the circumstance.
It
But
does, it does.
um, taking aggressive, but not like open angles, like if that makes sense. Like take aggressive angles, but like aggressive angles where I can play cover.
Yeah, the safest, most. The way I worded it to John yesterday, because he was asking about how to position a little better, is play the safest, most aggressive angle you can.
Yeah, and then
The safety is always going to be the more important factor of that. That's why it's first.
yeah, and then we also really got to work on our
Yeah,
coordination.
the
I think that would
coordination, but
solve a
that
lot
can
of the
come.
problem.
But now you have a little bit more examples and understanding of what that could look like. So don't be, if Ryan isn't listening, tell him that, because it's definitely not just you. You have 3 other teammates that are clearly hearing him not hear you or not listen to what you're saying, if that is a problem. So if that is something, then just say you need to be listening, because
I feel like me and Ryan don't really have like we kind of like lost our
well,
like
that's what's gonna
connection
happen
as
if you don't play for a while with the same
yeah,
person.
but we kind of lost our like the
Yeah,
thing that we had, and then we haven't really played together, so we kind of just it kind of just needs time to come back.
yeah. Well, I still gotta make the teams. I'll probably put you with Ryan still, so that the 2 of you could work on that. But otherwise, you'll
Okay,
probably have different teammates. Otherwise,
I mean that's
otherwise
fine.
you know what you need to focus on,
Battery
and
Yeah,
you know what
low.
you could do to also assist with the team. Team's main goal of working on our comms. So,
I'm gonna try to get some juicy blades tonight.
as I hope you should, because we only had like 1 decent blade out of the 3 that I watched.
No,
Or
there was two two,
Two out of what, seven?
like yeah, like six, yeah.
Okay, yeah.